I'd like to show you a couple of Ruby scripts which aid in the creation of walls and windows. I'll just go up to the Preferences and load these extensions. I'll use Double Line by Didier Boer of the Ruby Library Depot, and also Windowizer by Rick Wilson of Smustard. So first we'll take a look at D-Line. It's located up here on the Draw menu under Double Line. And the functionality here is very similar to the D-Line command in AutoCAD. The way it works is that you can draw a line, a single line, and it will be represented by two lines in plan. This script also can generate a 3D model directly from that single line that you sketch. I think the best way to understand this is to actually draw a line in plan first, just to see how this works, and then we'll have it create some 3D geometry for us afterwards. So I'll set justification to center. Now it will only create 3D geometry if you have both caps. So I'm going to start this demonstration by saying we'll just create a start cap. We'll use a draw axis, which actually creates a construction line down the justification line. In this case, it'll be down the center of the wall. We don't need to draw a face, and we won't make a group. This command was written with metric units in mind, so it automatically converted to my current units, which are feet and inches. So it's giving me these weird numbers. I'm just going to change that to 7 inches wide and 8 feet in height. OK. I'll just orbit over here, click 2 points to create my first line. I'll click a third point over here to create a right angle wall, and then press return when you're done. The line work will be added. What we have here is a start cap on the wall. We have a construction line, which is called the draw axis, and another one over here. It's pretty straightforward. Let's just take a look at this when we actually use it to create 3D geometry. Once again, double line. This time we'll choose both caps. We don't need the draw axis. We will draw a face. And let's go ahead and make a group as well. Press return to generate the geometry. So because we created a group, you can see here that if I click on it, we see the bounding box representing the group container. I have to double click on it to actually go in and have access to the individual edges and faces. So this script can save you time when you're creating walls from scratch. Before we can create a window, it's necessary to cut an opening in the wall, and we don't need a Ruby script for that. Double click on the group to open it. Press T for the tape measure and pull a guide off of the lower wall edge. Set it at the sill height. I'll choose 3 feet for this. Press R for the rectangle tool and draw a rectangle right on that guide on the surface of the wall. Dimension it. I'll type in 6 feet, 4 feet. Press P for the push-pull tool and push this face through to the other side to create an opening. Then I'll click off to the side to close the group. The Windowizer script requires a face selection in order to operate. So we actually have to come in here and draw some new geometry in the opening to represent this new window. I'll use the rectangle tool and I'll sketch out a rectangle starting at the midpoint here. And I'll go over here, orbit around while I'm drawing that rectangle, and I'll snap it here to this midpoint. So now we have a surface right in the middle of this wall thickness. Windowizer is set up to create a window that faces in only one direction, and it's going to do that according to the face orientation here. So let's reverse the face prior to using Windowizer. Then right-click again and choose Windowizer, Window Eyes. Here we have a dialog box that allows you to set in all the relevant dimensions of the frame and the mullions inside the frame. I'm just going to leave everything at the default for this demonstration, and I'll choose 2 rows and 2 columns, which will give us 4 panes of glass. Click OK, and we instantly have a window. It couldn't be any easier. Now if I go around here to the other side, you'll see one of the issues with this script is that it's designed really to be used from one side. If we want to have this part of the frame and mullions filled in, it's necessary to go over here and select this face, use the Move tool, press the Option key, and copy it from this edge to the other side. And then come over here and reverse the face so it faces this direction. Finally, triple-click to select All Connected and make a group to protect the window. Of course, if I was going to have multiple windows with this same proportion, it would make more sense to create a component rather than a group.